So I'm guessing you've seen the news. I'm kind of a day late to this, but GTA 6 has been delayed from fall of 2025 to May 26 of 2026. But what does this mean for the next Battlefield game? About a week ago, I made a video called Battlefield 6 needs to release in 2025 if it's ready. Most people understood my perspective from that video, which was if it's ready, 2025 actually presents a huge opportunity for Battlefield 6 to capitalize on, especially with news and rumors circling around the next Call of Duty game that it's going to be like horrific, which huge surprise, right? But I felt like, and I still do, that going head to head with Call of Duty this year could give Battlefield a massive edge in the FPS scene as the clear alternative to a tired and stale franchise. The thing was, though, there was always a window for Battlefield 6 to delay and release in spring if it wasn't ready. So if they needed more time to finish up the game, they had it. Now, even before this GTA 6 delay news, I still didn't think spring 2026 was an amazing window. You're kind of missing out on the holiday season. But the problem is, in my opinion, now you can't release in spring 2026. Now you have the same problem you theoretically did with releasing this year before GTA 6 announced its delay, and this kind of presents a dilemma for the next Battlefield game. So don't go anywhere, we're going to talk about it more in just a second, but if you are enjoying the videos around here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I talk and play Battlefield here, whether it's covering leaks, news, updates, or just straight up sharing my opinion. So if you are a Battlefield fan, definitely stick around while we wait for the new game. Okay, so my views have not changed still. I think if the game is ready, releasing this year in 2025 was always the best timing. I know some people disagreed with me in the last video because of GTA 6 potentially releasing this year, but now that's completely out the window. So there's this huge void in fall for major gaming releases to fill, and Battlefield could be one of those. The problem is, now it kind of has to be one of those. The premise of my argument was always if the game was ready, but it gets a lot more complicated if the game isn't ready, because now if the game isn't ready, I have this dooming feeling that EA and DICE are going to push the game out early and crunch overtime to release in this new potential window that they were just given, and none of us want that. More than ever, Battlefield needs to release a banger at launch, okay? The tolerance for an unfinished game or even a slightly buggy game at this point is at an all-time low in the Battlefield community, which is kind of unfortunate, right? Because most games release a little buggy at launch. It's kind of normal. But because Battlefield is in such a shitty position with not only its own community, but the gaming community at large, they almost have to drop the game perfect now. Any small bug or minor problem with the game will be amplified to 1,000 now because of the disasters that were 2042 and Battlefield 5, which is fair. I'm not defending DICE or EA here, but it is the reality of the situation. They don't really have any wiggle room to fuck anything up. And to make this very clear, again, I will wait as long as possible for them to release a good Battlefield game. This is my favorite franchise of all time. I have loved Battlefield since I was like 9 years old. I remember saving up money from doing chores around the house to buy Battlefield 2 just for it to run at 25 frames per second on my school computer back then. I didn't even care though. I had a blast. I've been playing this game for a long time. So the stakes of this new Battlefield game are higher than ever, and I'm happy to let them cook if they need to cook. The dilemma now is that you kind of have to drop Battlefield this year in 2025. Next spring is now dominated by GTA 6. And I've seen a lot of people say on YouTube or on Reddit, well, just delay the game to fall 2026. The problem with that is there's actually two problems. If we looked at history with Red Dead Redemption 2, Rockstar will probably end up delaying GTA 6 again to fall of 2026. I would actually bet on that. A report came out yesterday that a lot of the devs for GTA 6 claimed that the fall 2025 release window was never really that realistic. They had too much work to do in so little time. And I don't think 6 months changes that. And the second problem is next year, Modern Warfare 4 is what's rumored to be releasing for Call of Duty. So whether you like Call of Duty or not, Modern Warfare is the biggest FPS shooter series of all time, and it's not going anywhere, competing against not only GTA 6, But then also Modern Warfare 4 is way more of a risky venture for DICE and EA. Call of Duty has this weird ability to stay relevant year after year, even after they release multiple shitty games. Like Modern Warfare 2019 is a good example of this. They go back, they make a game that goes back to the roots of Call of Duty. It's a huge hit. Then the next 3 or 4 following games just suck, okay, right? They correct course, they release a banger, and then the cycle continues. And I'm not a Call of Duty fan at all, but I have a feeling that Modern Warfare 4 next year could be that next quote-unquote banger for Call of Duty. And by this time next year, Call of Duty is probably going to need it to be that banger, you know what I mean? So 2026 isn't really looking that hot anymore. You can't really call BS on GTA 6 releasing in May of 2026 because they gave a date, okay? Although history shows they will delay again, objectively, this is a lot less vague of a window than the previous fall of 2025 window that they had. So EA can't really bank on them delaying right now, in my opinion. And waiting till fall is just as risky because, again, GTA 6 still might be there. And now you have Modern Warfare 4. So then that kind of leaves you with one good release window, in my opinion, which is this year, 2025. You can release right next to, again, a rumored terrible Black Ops game that is coming this year. And they just released Black Ops 6. So talk about stale and tired. And if it's ready to release, perfect, awesome. This is actually great news for Battlefield 6. This is exactly what they needed to happen to ensure more eyes and honestly money was available for their game. But if it's not ready, EA has a track record of pushing games out the door. I don't even have to expand on that point. Now, DICE has made some horrific game design choices in the past couple titles, but it was always EA that seemed to be the major problem, right? And although we have David Sirlin back and better leadership at DICE, and oh my god, Battlefield's back, EA has not gone anywhere, okay? They are still there. They are still the problem. So I'm gonna call it now more than ever. I truly believe Battlefield 6 is gonna release in 2025, but I also have a fear now that whether it's ready or not, now they feel like they need to release in 2025, you know, like, and if it isn't ready, oh boy, that could be catastrophic for this next game. I'll kind of wrap it up with some positive thoughts though. I do think that development for the game is way ahead of what we've seen from the leaks of Battlefield Labs. I'm going to link this Reddit post in the description below, but this guy posted on the Battlefield subreddit about a week ago, kind of breaking down his opinion of the pre-alpha leaks. And of course, I can't confirm this, but he claims to be a video game developer, so his insight makes a lot more sense. He says that when developers create playtest builds for their games, these builds are usually older than the current internal dev versions. They're usually more stable, but they're less feature complete, and they're usually missing like recent updates, fixes, or polish. So again, I don't know for sure, but it is a point to say that the game could be way ahead in development than what we are seeing from the pre-alpha leaks, and it would make sense. This isn't an open beta. They're using labs to test features and weapons. Polish and having feature complete systems is not really necessary for testing these things. And with Battlefield 6 honestly already being delayed a full calendar year, it does give me hope that this is the case. The Battlefield Labs is more of a testing grounds where they give us little glimpses of the game and not the game currently as it is in development. So truly, it could be ready for 2025. Internally, they may just be like chilling, man. I don't know, but historically, this is usually not the case for franchises overseen by EA, and these guys are usually being crunched to the max until release date. But let me know what you guys think of the news. Is the GTA 6 delay good for the next Battlefield? Do you think Battlefield 6 will release in 2025, or are they going to wait until 2026? Definitely share your opinions in the comments section below. I would love to see them. And if you made it this far in the video, I do truly appreciate you sticking around to the end. If you liked the video, make sure to hit that like button. And again, if you haven't already or you are new here, hit that subscribe button. Also, check those emails for Battlefield Labs. Apparently, the next playtest is happening on May 9th, and I've seen a lot of people on Reddit claim that they've gotten their invites, so yeah, check all those emails, check that spam folder. But supposedly it's going to be on a new map, the Aftermath map, which is the New York City map. So, ooh, we may see some new footage of a really cool new map next week, but yeah, that would be fucking awesome. But until the next video, my name is Sam. Hope you have a good one. Bye.